The first 2 days were really hard. My body wasn't recovered from all other activities, and my soul kind of was carrying all that stuff from my routine and everyday tasks. Before I started this journey, I didn't want to realize how much out of my comfort zone I would get. I only knew it was time to get my bike, pack only what I really needed, and face the adventure by myself. I wanted this travel to be a time where I can get input from new places, take time to think slowly, and enjoy the moment. And as always, to get to know God better. It was all that and more. Especially outside the comfort zone, one feels more vulnerable and the heart gets more approachable and sensible. I think every human being is in some level like that. I have to deal a lot with my choleric and melancholic personality. I always try to beat myself without limits, get everything done with no one's help, and it's very hard to deal with mistakes. In some situations in life, we have to learn to deal with different stuff. In this journey, I was able to meet really nice and loving people, even if only sharing little moments with them. I didn't film anyone, but without them, this journey wouldn't have been so good. That showed me again that love is and always will be the ultimate answer for everything, regardless of one's belief. I'm saying that because although my body was tired, the weather conditions and places weren't always comfortable, the psychological situation is much more important than the things we actually see. They're even more real. Here's the point where I finally crossed the border from France to Spain. So that wasn't only a physical, sporty activity. It was a journey and adventure for my heart, where I had time to prove what's in it and if it's healthy or not. Human beings will always be dealing with something. Different personalities, cultures, living conditions, and much more make it all more complex. And some of us like to make things even more complicated. As a Christian with faith in Jesus Christ's death and resurrection, I have and still do experience God's unconditional love for me and forgiveness of all crappy stuff. That doesn't mean I don't have mistakes anymore. But I think it's really good to know and feel I have a loving God that takes care of me like a father, His Spirit in me gently guiding my heart, Jesus as a best friend that even gave His own life for me so that I could actually come to God, and also guidance and assurance through the Bible that works like an user manual for life. Of course it takes faith to believe all that, but it also takes faith to believe in anything else, whatever it is, even if it's nothing. Every human being has a need for love. We should always love and accept ourselves and others. Not going to extremes, but in balance. It's an everyday decision to make our lives better, not with priority on physical realms, but taking care of our heart's health. I'm not trying to whitewash everything, but I think we can do our part, and with this video, I just want to remind ourselves again. Love is the full package for a prosperous life. It's hard to measure such greatness, but we can make the decision to invest our precious time in this world for a healthy and eternal value, and get to know it better every day. And as I said before, the Bible works like an user manual, and it talks a lot about love. It even says that God is love. Whoever abides in love abides in God, and God abides in him. It's in 1 John chapter 4, verse 16, if you would like to look that up. Romans chapter 13 verse 10 says, "Love does no harm to a neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfillment of the law, or every law. Maybe your art is a little saint that never does wrong, but people can do a lot wrong. That's why forgiveness is so important, because unforgiveness makes sick soul and body. Above all, love each other deeply, because love covers a multitude of sins. There is no fear in love. The perfect love drives out fear, because fear has to do with punishment. Therefore, there is now no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus. And the last one for the minimalists. And now these three remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. So you see, there is a lot more to discover. And this is our heart's journey.